Hi everyone, just Charlie here from Sterling Power. Here to show you the Trident, the range of waterproof IP68 12 and 24 volt in to 12 volt out battery to battery chargers with solar regulator built in. So it's got an MPPT solar charge controller and a 24 in to 12 volt out DC to DC charger, and we're doing a 25 amp model and a 40 amp model, so you can see 25 and 40 there. And effectively how it comes pre-connected with these Anderson style sockets here and an ignition cable. So it's very simple to install because we provide the Anderson sockets pre-connected, plus in the box you get a set of complementary Anderson sockets with the ferrules to install them. So this is just a video to show the performance of the BBWS whilst installed the Trident unit here. So here it is, plugged in to, it's a power supply that we've got 14 volts going in, and it's charging up the output battery at around 24.7 amps. So this is the standard sort of 4-switch buck boost technology that we've had in the Saturn range in this unit here. So you're looking at 97–98% efficiency. You've got your standard sealed lead acid, AGM gel, calcium and lithium iron phosphate. The beauty with the lithium iron phosphate mode is that it provides the live output voltage. A lot of solar charge controllers actually get powered from the leisure battery, and if it's lithium and it's 0 volts, your solar regulator won't work at all. Whereas with this thing, it actually will wake up a BMS because it puts out a live 14 or so volts to wake the lithium battery up. Now, because this is a hybrid unit where it's got solar and DC to DC 12 volt to 12 volt capabilities, and it's 25 amp rated, this little one, we do a larger 40 amp one, you are going to get a total of 25 amps on the output. It's not solar plus DC-DC charger at the same time. So it is a compromise. If you have lots of solar that you want to use all of the time and you want to charge up really quickly using DC-DC chargers, I'd still recommend going for 2 separate devices. Go for an independent 70 amp DC-DC charger and a separate 30, 40, 50 amp MPPT solar regulator, because you do have the benefit of redundancy and of combined power, whereas this unit it's all in one, so you won't get the effects of both simultaneously. So we're effectively using 25 odd amps from the alternator here to charge up the battery. Now, when you park up, the engine obviously switches off and you effectively will run off of solar. So if I just force solar priority, it would do this automatically. You don't need to press this solar priority button, but it just mimics the effect of turning the engine off. It just saves me having to turn the power supply off. Now this is connected up to a 200 watt solar panel array on the roof of the building. And as you can see, it's doing around about 5 amps. It's relatively early in the morning here in England, and the angle is probably southwest, so it's not providing the full wattage. It actually gives you some idea of what the wattage of the solar is there. So it's producing 69 watts on the roof, so it effectively works at about 5 amps. So that's what the solar's doing when you turn your engine off. This little button down here, solar priority, is quite handy, because if you don't want to, if you've got a really hot day and you don't want to run any of your diesel or petrol and fuel to charge up your leisure batteries, well, you can just let it run on solar all day long if you like. So you do have that option. And then if we just turn that back off again, it will just go back up to 25 amps. So I've just left the power supply running, so I've just mimicked turning off and then on the engine again. The little 30 amp comes pre-wired with MC4 connectors rather than Anderson plug, but the input comes pre-wired with Andersons. Just move that out of the way, and then the output comes pre-wired with Andersons as well. And we do a 40 amp version. So this will do about 25 amps out. The 40 amp will do about 40 amps out. The solar charge controller's ratings about 350 watts on the 25 amp model and about 550 watts on the 40 amp model. And we're good for up to about 31, 32 volts of solar panel voltage on both units. So yeah, that's it. And we have this running all day long. It will get to maybe 60 degrees centigrade, the surface of that. The 25 amps a bit better than the 40 in terms of heat. Maybe that's more like 50, 55 after several hours. The 40 amp, slightly larger container, but of course, if you increase the current by a bit, you actually exponentially increase the heat. So the 40 amp gets to about 60 odd degrees on the surface after a long stint. But yeah, that's it. Alright. I think the final thing to mention is because this does 12 and 24 volt in, this can be installed on a 24 volt starter alternator system. So the solar and the DC-DC input uses the same circuit. So it will work either on a 12 volt input battery or a 24 volt input battery. I can demonstrate that now if I just beef the... So that's the input voltage at the moment, 14.03 volts. If I just double that to 28, just bear with me. So current still 24.8 amps. And now the input voltage is way up at 28 volts. So, alright.